80% of New Year resolutions fail within the first 1 month. So, what is a New Year resolution? It is an idea that shapes and reflects you in a better way, can be considered a New Year resolution. So, when should people make New Year resolutions? Well, it's not right when you waiting miraculously for the calendar to flip to change your life is absurd and defies logic. Only 10% of the population is successful in achieving their New Year resolutions. The rest 90% are trapped in their comfort zone. So, will this be a courageous year for me? Well, that is a decision I get to make every single day I wake up. Courage is a decision, and that is what I want you to make today. Make this year. I've come to the conclusion that this year may be the hardest I have to work in my entire life. It may not be true, but I'd like to think of it like that. 80% of the people sitting in this room will either leave this country we call home or this school to go and pursue their dreams. I hope my speech today will give wings to those dreams. Let me ask you all a question. How many of you all plan to be self-employed or be picked up by the Fortune 500 companies? The answer to that is we will always be self-employed. From the day we are first hired to the day we retire. We all work for ourselves, no matter who signs our paychecks. So what does that mean for you? For you, that means you might start a new business. That might mean you're going to write a new book, ask new questions, take that leap of faith. Face those fears, but go this year, progress this year, push this year. Long before the iPhone was made, Steve Jobs launched his tech career by hacking landlines and making free long-distance phone calls. Behind every success story, there is an embarrassing first effort, a stumble, a setback, a radical change of direction. But for me, it's those first few embarrassing steps to fame and fortune that really fascinate me. Change your mindset. Change those statistics. When you wake up tomorrow, the canvas of your life is blank. You get to paint a completely different picture than you've ever painted before. Your past does not equal your future. Rectify your mistakes and imbibe discipline into your life, and everything will work out. If your plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never change the goal. Rectify your mistakes and put new disciplines, and everything will happen. Sorry, I just repeated that. Don't worry about your past. Live your present to change the future. Life is not meant to be lived in your comfort zone. For you and I did not come here today to be the same every day. We have to be different. We have to do different things and think outside of the box. Another small example, J.K. Rowling. A single mother on state benefits to a multimillionaire today is one of the reasons, a single mother on state benefits to a multimillionaire today is one of the reasons why she was successful. Because what exactly happened was she worked hard, she put in all her effort, and she wrote her books believing that it will sell. So what does that give us? That means we all have hidden talents. We just have to find it and allow it to bloom. Sometimes we need that extra something inside of us that makes us want to change. Because there are only two things that can change your life. Either someone new comes into your life, and maybe a new friend, a new teacher, or something new comes in from within. A fire in your belly. A fire in your belly. Something inside of you that is saying, this has to be a different year for me. I am going to make this a different year for me. And you will realize that when you have more mornings in which you wake up and you look at your calendar and you know you have that thing that intimidates and scares you. But in reality, you are going to go and engage that and never back away. Now I'm going to give you a short life experience or a small life story of mine. It was July 22nd. I was 14 years old. It was a day before our trip to Kenya. What happened that day changed my outlook for the rest of my life. We went swimming, 4 of us, me and my friends, into a swimming pool. We, like normal teenagers, started to have fun shooting water guns, splashing around. But as time passed on, we decided to play a game. A game that would change my outlook for the rest of my life. Who could stay underwater the longest? First, my friend went in. He stayed in for a minute. My next friend went in. He stayed in for a minute and 30 seconds. It was my turn. Me, being my pompous and arrogant self, decided to outdo everyone. And so what I did was, when I went underwater, I held the ladder, not realizing that was the biggest mistake I've ever made. After 1 minute and 30 seconds, I decided to come up to the surface. Realizing that I was stuck, I couldn't come up to the surface. After 2 minutes, my friends, realizing something was amiss, decided to pull me out. To cut a long story short, what exactly happened was, I spent the next 7 days in an intensive care unit. It was a new life, and it was a better me. It changed my outlook forever. Now I would like to talk about how you could take this speech and implement this into your life. So for me, it began when I moved from I really, really want this to hold on, this is non-negotiable. It began when I went from it's time for me to move from non-negotiable to move it from I'd like it to happen, no matter, and it has to happen. Make every obstacle an opportunity, and success comes to those who let go of their fears and soars above them. Thank you.